Hey, this is Natalie Guerin. I wanted to pop on here and do today's message from the universe. And today we're dealing with a question that so many people have. How do you manifest when you're filled with doubt, right? And it's a great question because here's the thing. You can't manifest anything when you're filled with doubt. When you don't believe that something is going to happen, it just like that vibration gets sent out into the universe, and everything that happens to you just proves to you that something is impossible. And that's true whether you're looking for more money, a job, more clients, better health, love, a better relationship, like whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. If you don't believe, it's going to it's completely going to squish it. When I was in the seventh grade, I was a newspaper delivery girl that lived in Northern Ontario, and they had a contest, right? And the contest was that for every house that you got that wasn't on your route, that wasn't signed up, you would get an entry in the contest. And the prize was a trip to Montreal to go and visit the Montreal Canadiens. And I was like, I'm going to the Montreal Canadiens. But I only had one house on my route, and I really hated sales. Like, I really hated to go bother people to have them enroll in anything. And it turns out that that house actually signed up by themselves over the period of time, and I got an entry in the contest. And so, in September, I think it was like mid-September, the winners were announced, and my name wasn't on the list. And I'm like, well, that's weird, because I could still see myself at the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal, and I'm like, I'm going. And so I went about my day. I finished my paper out for that day, and the next day I did my paper out, and my boss came over to the house, and he said, do you want to go? There is another kid who can't go. And I'm like, yes. Right? And so I got to go to Montreal. My belief was so strong that the manifestation did happen. And so it's the same. If I hadn't believed, it wouldn't have happened. And you have to hold that space when you want to manifest something that you desire so deeply. And the question is, how do you get past the doubt? So we're going to ask the universe today. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect with spirit, and we're going to see what needs to happen. All right, so I'm going to connect with your energy. And the first thing that I see is a coin, and the coin is flipping from side to side. So I see tails, and then I see heads. It's a quarter, and it's just going back and forth. And what that's saying to me is that you can't look at faith and doubt at the same time. You're either looking at one or the other, but not at both at any point in time, right? So you can't just have a little bit of faith, right? You either have it or you don't, right? It's like the do or do not, right? Like there's no in between. And so most people, what they end up doing is they end up looking at doubt and looking at all the reasons why they can't. And they're just like focused on that. And that's the vibration that they're sending out to the universe. And usually it's your mind, right? Your mind is going to go, I'm not good enough. This is impossible. I've never done this before. And it's going to give you all the reasons why you can't. And it keeps you focused on that side of the coin that says it's impossible, right? And it doesn't matter if you're like, I'm going to try to be positive, right? I'm going to try to believe. You can't fake it, because the feeling inside you is whatever is the strongest is going to win. So the only way to actually shift this is to turn the coin around and to focus on faith and choose what you believe. Because if you choose your beliefs, then you can choose to believe that this is already done, and it goes out into the universe. So how do you change that? How do you focus onto the other side? So the first thing I tell my clients to do is to actually list out all of their beliefs, right? Around like why it's not possible. And, whenever I do this, I'm a little shy. I'm like, I don't want to admit that I'm not good enough, that there's something wrong with me. It's whatever's going on in my head, and I have to list it down. And it's the same for you. So just list it down, no judgment. We're not going to stay there. Your head, your mind is controlling you right now. And in order to get past it, we just need to acknowledge it and go, oh, okay, that's the first step, right? And then next, what you're going to do is you're going to list out why it is possible for you to manifest this thing. Why is it possible for you to find a solution? And I'm going to give you a trick here, right? I like to use the law of polarity, because before it was like, I have to have blind faith. And I'm like, no, I don't. The law of polarity says that you can't have a desire unless it already exists out in the universe, right? And moreover, you have the next step, right? You might not have the whole solution, you might not have the whole path, but you are being shown the path. So what I like to do is I like to write down beliefs that are, okay, I know the law of polarity says that this thing that I want is already out there, right? So I accept that. I choose to accept that as faith, as fact, right? And I trust that I am being infinitely guided. And now, if I was completely connected, turned on, and tapped in and turned on, what would be inspiring me to move towards this goal? And I look around my environment, I look around my life, and I pick the one thing. I am going to be shown that next step. Might not be in the exact moment, but it will come throughout the days, right? Your job is to look for the opportunities and to say yes to them so that you can take that next step. And eventually you'll take enough opportunities that the doors will open up and you will manifest that thing that you desire. Your job is not to figure out the how. It's not to control the how. It's just to say yes to the opportunities that are around you. All right. So did you enjoy today's message from the universe? Let me know in the comments. So if you're struggling to manifest, there's a few options below. I do work with clients. I do have mini readings that you can get for $5. Go ahead and sign up and let me know what you thought in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video if you liked it. I'll see you soon. Lots of love.